Tesla strike in Sweden. I just saw on the news that more or less all employees at Tesla in Sweden are currently on a strike. Primarily because Tesla is not agreeing to the demands of the unions. Basically not recognizing them at all. Most of the employees are already part of a few different unions. For example, there is a union for people working in sales. There is a popular one for engineers. And there are a few general unions that covers more or less any profession regardless of which company they work at. Tesla downright refuses to go into any agreement with any of the unions whatsoever. So the employees are now on strike. What's amazing is that it's actually not just the Tesla employees that are striking this one. But I also read on the news that port workers will soon start to refuse unloading any Tesla shipments from any cargo ship, helping the striking workers. In Sweden we have had unions for a very long time and virtually no company ever even attempts to deny our ability to join one. Nobody is refusing to discuss with or negotiate with unions. Employees have a lot of say into what is a fair workers' environment and what isn't. We do not want the horrible conditions that some American companies put their own employees into. And people like Elon can take his garbage slave work culture elsewhere. Tesla's official response to the demands of the unions is basically sorry, but we do not sign any agreement with any unions anywhere. That is our policy. Yeah, well, that's too bad. If you want to operate in Sweden, you need to adhere to Swedish rules. Now we just need to unionize the Tesla workers in the US. Elon is trash and needs to be brought back to Earth or shipped to Mars via a one-way ticket. Solidaritet med svenska arbetare. You can't mess with our unions here in Sweden. Doesn't matter how big your company is. The companies that historically have tried fucked around and found out. As an American, keep it up. Tesla and Musk should get no quarter. Don't let them ruin your country like they are ruining ours for max profit. It's next level stupid to think you can union bust in much of Europe. Elon can choke on a fat cock. Solidarity to our brothers and sisters in Sweden. Awesome. I hope they unload those cars straight into the ocean. Over here in America, it appears that Sean Fain is coming for Elon next. Good luck, Tesla. Same thing happened to McDonald's in Denmark in the 80s. They tried to get their workers to work outside the overenskomst, which is an agreement reached between unions and companies, and they apply throughout an entire sector, such as cooks and people behind registers. Anyways, when they didn't want to pay the, I think at that time $9 minimum, which was a part of the overenskomst, basically no truck driver delivered, no people showed up to work, and no dock workers unloaded wares destined for MacD. They ended up changing their minds pretty quickly. America need a basic American workers' union that anyone can join and force core and businesses to work for us, not the other way around. Lol, Americans think they can act like Americans when doing business in not America. This makes my heart happy. I hope you get the conditions you are seeking. Some American companies? Nah, all of them. This is how it should be worldwide. All labor should be unionized, able to act collectively. Even better if all labor worldwide shared a similar system, then Elon Musk would have to recognize that his wealth comes from the value of stolen labor. So Tesla hired the Swedish firm Securitas to monitor the strike watchers, the people making sure scabs don't scab. Wanna know what organization Securitas absorbed in 2003? The Pinkertons. I'm dead serious, the fucking Pinkerton Detective Agency. Look at that. Elmo's pathological anti-union behavior is starting to blow up in his face when trying to take it To a country that has actual respect for its workers. Beautiful. Can't wait to see the articles outlining his losses from this stupid stunt. Fuck Tesla. Even if I could afford it, I would never buy that garbage of a subscription car. What's amazing is that it's actually not just the Tesla employees that are striking this one. But I also read on the news that port workers will soon start to refuse unloading any Tesla shipments from any cargo ship, helping the striking workers. It's called solidarity. And we don't cross picket lines. You love to see it. Literally not in Texas anymore. Good luck fucking around with unions in Northern Europe and Scandinavia nonetheless. They're about to find out. Unfortunately, there's scabs taking taxis to go work for Tesla still from what I've heard. Hope the strikes prove effective regardless. I live in Sweden and I am amazed at the audacity of Tesla to try. On American cable news, they almost never report on worker movements abroad. There was a near media blackout on the strikes and protests in France and the UK last year. Fafo, it will get worse if they don't agree with the union. Simple as that. Solidaritet Sweden clenched fist. Love Swedish union hood, wish people world over could mess with companies like this. Good. That's awesome about the port workers supporting this. I hope workers in other countries refuse to unload any Tesla containers too, just like how U.S. ports refused to touch rerouted ships when the Canadian port workers were on strike a few months ago. You know, that's what you get when a U.S. corporation with a strong history of union busting comes to Nordics. Or France. They get Pikachu-faced as soon as they realize that EU has strong unions. Fuck Tesla, by Polestar. Elon personally hates unions. Probably even more so than most employers. And he's made that clear multiple times. And he also made clear multiple times that we was ready to go out of his way and to break the law. To do everything he can against unions. This guy's a total piece of shit. Yet for some reason he still has a cult following. Port workers will soon start to refuse unloading any Tesla shipments from any cargo ship, helping the striking workers. Funny thing, this would be illegal in the United States. Eat the rich. As a Canadian Canada, I'd like you Sweden to fuck Elon over as much as possible. Please and thank you. I'm so glad there's worker solidarity in Sweden. This is what happens when workers organize and stand up for themselves. One of the most successful con jobs in history is that you're alone and have no power. The opposite is true. This history is an open fucking book. Toys R Us tried the same thing and got wholly shut out until they came to the negotiating table. Either no Tesla in Sweden or Tesla comes to terms and has to deal. Either one is a good outcome, I feel. I currently drive a Tesla, but my next car will not be one. I was scrolling through these headlines so fast. I thought something happened to character actor Tilda Swinton. Yep, Tesla is going to find it hard to operate in many European countries. If they refuse to join a union, it is very much a requirement over here. That is why we have such strong labor laws. Thank you for showing what US should do but keeps refusing to let 99% of their workforce be happier. They want to create a toxic work environment in a country that won't tolerate it. What did they expect? Slava Sweden, fuck the muskrat. Reminds me of what happened when Toys R Us tried to deny union rights and the country simply made it impossible for the Toys R Us to function. Isn't this basically what Walmart tried to pull in Germany? Last time an American company tried this, it didn't end good for them. A win for socialism. Flexed biceps, medium dark skin tone.